Hi everyone, I thought I'd film another little yoga sequence for you to practice at home. So if you have got a mat, just roll it out. If not, you can do this sequence anywhere that you have a little bit of space, on carpet. Protect your knees if you are on wood floor like this. Okay, so when you're ready, let's just find a comfortable seated position, allowing one foot to rest in front of the other. And just allow the hands to rest on the knees or in your lap, palms either facing up or down, whatever you would prefer. And then really ground down through your sit bones, connecting into your mat or to the surface below. And allow the length to arrive into the spine, into the back of the neck, and up through the crown of the head. Allow the eyes to close. Allow the shoulders to settle down away from the ears. And take a deep breath all together in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Again in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Breathing all the way in. And all the way out. Just really focus on the breath arriving in through the nose and out now through the nose or the mouth. Lengthening each breath, slowing the breath. And as you do so, as you breathe here today, perhaps on the inhale, I'm going to use the mantra, everything will be okay. So inhaling, everything will be okay. And as you exhale, let go of any stress, any worries, any tension that you're holding. Inhale, everything will be okay. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, everything will be okay. And exhale to let go. Use this mantra at any point you need on or off the mat. Continue to repeat it as you breathe in. And letting tension go as you breathe out. And then take the hands to the belly. Feel the breath arrive and feel the belly fill up and expand as you breathe in. And exhale, breathe out through the nose or the mouth. A couple more times. And then raise the hands up to the outer ribs. Try and breathe into this space here so that the ribs draw out as you inhale and up, and then exhale. They deflate and draw back in. And then raise the hands up to the upper chest, resting the fingertips on your collarbones. And now try and breathe into this space here. Continuing to allow the exhale to let go, releasing tension, stress, worry, anything that's no longer needed here. And then release the hands back down, breathe all together through the belly, the ribs, the chest, and open the mouth, sigh it out. And now just gently blinking the eyes open, reach the arms all the way up above you. Really reach up and perhaps wriggle out through your ribs and torso. And then interlace the hands, press the palms up towards the sky and breathe in here again. As you breathe out, release over to your right side. Inhale to center. Exhale. to the left. Inhale to centre. Now as you breathe out, release the hands and fold forwards over your legs. So you may only stop here. You may want to fold further if you can. And just don't judge this. You may be sat down a little bit more than you have normally. So just allow your body to move where it needs to move. And as you inhale, lift the head, walk your hands all the way back in towards you. And now just lean the hands out behind you, remembering which foot you had in front. Uncross the legs and extend the legs out nice and wide. And now keep your hands behind you, ground down through your fingertips and lift up through the chest. Flex the feet and then breathe out, draw the heart and the chest forwards. A few breaths here, inhale lifts you up. And exhale draws you forward. Inhale lifts up. Exhale, folds you forwards. Inhale, slowly lift all the way up to centre. And now slide the legs in towards the middle into a staff pose. Bending your left knee in and opening the left knee out to the side. Sole of your foot presses to the inner right thigh. Now breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, fold forwards over your right leg, taking your hands either to the foot, the ankle, the shin, or just rest them to the ground wherever feels right. A couple breaths here, in and out. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly lift yourself all the way back up through centre. Release your left hand behind your left hip space and your right arm sweeps round to press down through the left hand, lifting the bum and the hips from the ground, reaching your right arm out behind you and your gaze can look there. Stretch all the way through the right side of the body, breathe in. And breathe out, slowly release, coming all the way down. And now cross the legs in again, but try and bring the other leg in front this time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Interlace your hands. This time just release the index finger as you squeeze the arms alongside your ears. Breathe in. Breathe out, release to the left side. Keep drawing the opposite knee towards the ground to keep both sit bones firmly into the earth. Inhale, lift to centre. And exhale to your right. And inhale, lift all the way up to centre. And then exhale, release the hands, fold your way forwards once again. Bowing the chest down, let go of the head and the neck, maybe a gentle sway here. And try and keep both sit bones grounded. Perhaps move gradually with your breath, folding even more. And then inhale, walk the hands towards your shins, lifting yourself up nice and slowly. Lean the hands out behind you, uncross the legs again and extend the legs nice and wide into that V shape. Check you're still up on your sit bones, flex the feet, soften the knees if you need to, if this is quite intense. Take those few breaths again, either with the hands out behind you, or if you feel comfortable to do so, perhaps walk the hands out in front. Deep inhale to lift, and a deep exhale to fold. Remembering in yoga, it's just a practice. Good. Slowly inhale, walk your hands back in towards you. Take the hands behind you, perhaps to allow the legs to slide in. Now bend your right leg in and open it out to the right. Sole of your right foot presses to the inner left thigh. Sweep the arms up as you breathe in. And then breathe out, fold over your left thigh. Taking the hands to wherever you can reach comfortably, but keeping the length through the spine. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to fold. Couple more breaths here. Inhale to lift, and exhale to fold. And then slowly start to navigate your way back up to centre. Your right hand spins behind your right hip this time. Turn the fingers away from your sit bones. Then sweep the left arm around, an exaggerated reach as you raise your bum and hips from the ground. Taking your gaze towards your left reaching hand. Breathing in. And then breathing out, slowly lower the bum all the way back down. Bending your left leg in, drawing the right knee up, spin the legs to one side, coming onto your hands and knees. And then either keeping the toes tucked or the tops of the feet flat, draw your bum back towards your heels and hands rest on the thighs. Close the eyes again as you breathe in, lift the shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, circle them round and down. Tucking your chin onto your chest and take a breath here. Inhale, raise the head all the way up to centre as you lift the shoulders up to your ears. And then exhale, circle them round and down. And now take the other foot option, so the opposite way. So now I'm going to tuck my toes under. Again, drawing your bum back towards your heels, rest in there. It's going to stretch out through the feet, which is amazing for the feet. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, circle them round and down as you lower your chin down onto your chest. Take a breath here. And then inhale, lift the head, raise the shoulders all the way up to your ears, circle them round and down. And then breathe in, sweep the arms as you raise your bum up from your heels. Take your gaze up to your hands, and as you breathe out, stay face on. I'm just going to show you this way. Release your right hand round to your lower back. Push the hips forwards as you take a slight back bend. You may want to release your right hand to the ankle if you can, otherwise stay with the hand on the lower back. And then inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, release your left hand round. And again, squeeze the hips forwards. Keeping your gaze high, maybe your left hand releases to the ankle. And then inhale, lift all the way back up to centre. And now definitely untuck the toes. Draw the bum back and slide the hands away from you, melting the head and chest down into the ground. Finding your child's pose and taking a few breaths here into the back body and all the way out. Open the mouth if you wish. So drawing the knees perhaps wider if this is more comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, lift the head up from your mat, walk the hands all the way back underneath your shoulders as you lift the bum. And the knees now draw underneath your hips. Breathe in to extend your right arm forwards and your left leg back. First of all, keep the toes on the ground. Hug the belly in towards your spine and then raise your left leg when you feel stable. Breathe in. And breathe out. Draw your knee forwards towards the elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale to draw in. Inhale, extend. And now this time, release your right hand to the ground, tuck your right toes under and push back, finding your three-legged dog before lowering your left foot to the earth, downward facing dog. Now have a wiggle here, dance around through each heel. Breathe deeply. Relax the head, shake up the neck. Maybe rock the hips from side to side. And then lift up onto your toes, bend the knees, bend up the knees, lower them all the way back to the ground, extending your left arm and extending your right leg. And again, first of all, keep the toes of your right foot tucked, and then when you feel ready, raise the right foot as you breathe in. Breathe out, draw the knee towards the elbow. Inhale, extend, maybe even look forward and up. Exhale, tucking in. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Now inhale, extend, and then release your left hand down, tuck the left toes under, and push back with a strong thigh, three-legged dog, before grounding your right foot downward, facing dog. Take a breath in, lift up onto your tiptoes, and breathe out, grounding your heels down towards the earth. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, grounding down, and then just check that your feet are at hip distance apart. Look forwards, check your middle fingers, point towards the top of your mat, and then breathe in, lift up to your toes again. Look forwards again and step your feet gradually all the way to the top of your mat, arriving into your forward fold position. Let go of the head, let go of the neck. Soften into the knees perhaps and gently take a sway from side to side. And now soften into the knees, curl your whole self up to standing. Arms sweep wide. I know I've lost my head, but I'm still here. Hands to prayer. And now exhale your hands down to your heart. Breathe in, lift the prayer high. Breathe out, draw the arms wide, hinge from the hips as you fold all the way back down once again. Now bend into the legs, step your right leg to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee and untuck the toes as you breathe in. Sweep the arms up into the sky, low lunge. Breathe in. And breathe out to sink into the right hip. Breathe in. And breathe out, release the hands down to frame your front foot. Tuck your right toes under. Raise the knee, and now sweep the arms back up into the sky, into a high lunge. Let's ground your back heel, open your hips out to the right, and draw the arms wide. Find your warrior two. Check that your front heel lines up with the middle of your back foot, and take your gaze long over your left middle finger. Breathe in, and out. And now with your breath, straighten up through the left leg, reach the arms up. And exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale to sink lower. And now inhale as you lift up. Stay with the legs straight. Just open the arms back to shoulder height and reach the left arm forwards as far as you can. Lowering your left hand down to the kneecap, maybe the shin or ankle. Keep peeling your right hip open as your right arm extends towards the sky with your gaze lifted high. If your neck would prefer, you can look down towards your left big toe. Triangle pose, so both legs are straight. Inhale here. Exhale, release your right hand down to meet the left, folding over your left thigh. Pyramid pose. Breathing in. And then breathe out, bend into your left leg, come onto the toes of your back foot and push back into your downward facing dog. Inhale here. And as you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, softening into the knees to curl yourself up through to standing. Arms sweep wide. Hands to prayer. And as you exhale, your hands draw to your heart center. Now stand into your left leg. Draw up strong through the thigh, pick up the right knee out in front of you, find your balance, and then open the right knee out to the side. Now either take hold of the ankle to place the foot on the inner thigh, or you place the foot on the calf or the ankle. Do avoid your knee. And again, staying focused, keep breathing. If you wish to, maybe raise the hands up above into your tree pose. Maybe your gaze can lift. Maybe your eyes can even close for a moment. And then draw the arms all the way down by your sides as you release the foot. Bend into your left leg, step the right foot next to the left as you sweep the arms up into the sky, chair pose. So your tailbone is tucked under, your weight's back to your heels. You have a nice strong bend in the legs. Breathe in. And breathe out, fold forwards. Soften into the legs. Walk the hands forwards into your downward facing dog once again. Inhale, lift your toes now and walk the feet towards your hands, arriving into a forward fold before softening into the knees and curling your whole self through to standing. Again, draw the arms wide, reach the hands above you, and exhale your hands to your heart. Breathe in, lift the prayer. Breathe out, draw the arms wide, hinging from the hips as you fold down. Inhale, perhaps now we lift halfway. Bring your hands to your shins, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you, and look around 1 meter in front of your big toes to lengthen the neck in line with the spine, and then breathe out to fold. Bend into the legs, your left leg steps back. Lower the left knee and untuck the toes, raising the hands all the way up into the sky, low lunge. So sinking down into your left hip here, breathe in, breathing out, breathe in, and out to release your hands down to frame your front foot. Now tuck your left toes back under, lift the knee and sweep the arms back up into the sky, finding your high lunge. Breathe in, breathe out, grounding your back heel. Keep the knee bend in your front leg and open the arms strong and wide, warrior two. Again, check the heel to instep alignment. Keep pressing your right knee out to the baby toe side edge of your front foot. And then let's move. Inhale, lift up to straighten your front leg. And exhale to bend it. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale to bend. Now inhale to lift up. Keeping your legs straight this time. Open the arms and reach forwards. Keep reaching. Both legs are now straight. Still as you lower your right hand towards the knee, shin or ankle. As you glide the left arm up to the sky, your gaze can either look there or down to your right big toe. Keep peeling back through the left hip. Breathe in. And then breathe out, folding the left hand down to meet the right. Pyramid pose, inhale. And then exhale, bend into your right knee, ground the hands down to the mat. Find the toes of your back foot, push back, downward facing dog. Breathing in. And then soften the knees, walk the hands back again towards your feet. Folding over the legs. And then curling yourself up through the spine. Arms sweep wide as you inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer and to your heart. And now your standing leg is your right leg. Find your focus. Raise the left knee. And then open the left knee to the left. Taking the foot to place on the inner thigh, calf or ankle. Good. And then the hands maybe lift up as you find your extended tree pose. Maybe your gaze can lift. Really root down through your right foot. Strong connection through the left foot to the inner thigh, calf or ankle, like a magnet. Maybe release the hands this time. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, release where your left foot is. Bend into your right leg. Keep the arms reaching this time as we lower into our chair pose. Breathing in. And breathe out, fold forwards. Let go of the head and the neck. Soften the knees, walk the hands forwards again. Finding your downward facing dog. Pressing the chest back towards the thighs, let go of the head and the neck. And now inhale, lift up to your toes, look forward and step your feet all the way towards your hands. And then breathe in, hands to shins, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And breathe out to fold. Soften the knees and curl yourself up through to standing. The arms sweeping wide. Reaching them to prayer. And then exhaling your hands down to your heart center. Breathe in, lift the prayer up. Breathe out, draw the arms wide. Bend into the legs, stepping your way back, firstly into a plank pose. And then hips push up, downward dog. Inhale, lift up to your toes, lower the knees down onto your mat. Spin the legs to one side. And reverse your sit bones out behind you and bring the legs in front. And now just creep forward a little bit if you're on a mat. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, fold over both legs. Releasing the hands to either your feet, ankles, shins, or just rest them gently down. A few breaths here. then slowly lift yourself up, bend into the legs, and either use your core or guide yourself down onto your back, preparing for a bridge pose. So keep walking the feet back in towards your sit bones so you can feel your ankles with your fingertips. Ground the feet at hips distance apart. Press the palms down at the edges of your hips and lengthen through the arms, and then curl the hips away from the ground as you lift up into a bridge pose. So ground down through the feet, squeeze the bum to push the hips high, and slowly when you're ready, recurl yourself all the way back down. Couple more times. Inhale, lift your way up. And exhale, curl yourself through the upper spine, middle spine, hips and bum back to the ground. And then one more time, inhale to lift up. And so this time when you arrive up, you may want to tuck the shoulders under to allow you to interlace the hands behind your lower back, like so. One more breath in. And then slowly release the hands, release the shoulders, and curl yourself all the way back down again onto your mat. And then hug the knees in towards your chest. Maybe bring them wide if that feels more comfortable. And gently rock from side to side, lower back pressing down to the ground. Maybe close the eyes. Maybe make circles with the knees. One way and then the other. And then ground down through the feet. Open the knees out to the edges of your mat so the soles of the feet can press together. And then open the arms out from the shoulders and take a bend at the elbow to press the backs of the forearms and the backs of the hands down into the ground as well. Enjoying and opening up to a butterfly pose. Take a few breaths here. And if you feel like, just checking the timer, if you feel like you want to move from this space, maybe rest one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Connect the breath again. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is always okay. And when you're ready, allow the knees to come back up together and extend the legs forwards towards the top of your mat. I'm going to take a few breaths here in a Shavasana, but of course you can pause this video and take as long as you need in this space. Allowing the whole body to ground and earth and relax and to let go. Notice your face soften, notice the shoulders release into the ground. Notice the fingertips curling into your palms. Notice your heart rate. Notice the stillness. And when you're ready, bring movement back to the fingers and the toes. Take a full body stretch, reaching the arms up over your head. And exhaling to hug the knees back in towards your chest. Rock the knees over to your right, roll completely over. And then when it feels right, use your arm strength, grounding down through each hand to find your way back to a seated posture. Take a Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Breathe out. And now let's draw the arms all the way up above, collecting in all that you need. Bring your hands to prayer as you blink the eyes open, and then lower the hands all the way down to your heart. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, bow your way forward, sealing your practice here to yourself and to all those beyond. Inhale to lift. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are, and look out for some more of these videos. And I'm working on some online live classes as well, so hopefully that will come to you soon. Have a lovely day, lovely